Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today I thought it'd be interesting to go over a slight issue with the English restriction list. But first, if you haven't heard of this before, make sure you pick up your beautiful zero damage gaming playmats. We ship worldwide and you can get 10% off using the code LAUNCH at checkout. Getting into the actual video, last week I went over the restricted list for the Japanese premium and G formats. It was these three starters becoming allowed again. Oddities going back to 4, he came from being semi-limited to 2, and Laurel being limited to 1, as well as a restriction on Purple Trapezist, but that doesn't become relevant until we get the new Pale Moon stuff. As I said back then, these restriction lists would not go into effect in the English or Western game until a date that wasn't specified back then. A few days ago, however, we got confirmation on the English dates. There was one problem. The Laurel restriction went into effect way before the release of the actual new set containing Dimension Police. This meant that DP players had this awkward month of not being able to run more than one Laurel, while simultaneously having no new cards either. This has now been fixed. Rather than Laurel being limited from August 3rd, it will only be limited starting August 31st. So that's one extra month of Laurel being unlimited. As for the English date for the restriction list, Bargle, TikTok and Night Runner will become unrestricted Forerunners again and Oddities will go back to 4. That will happen on June 1st. And that date is very important because it's a little early. See, there's still plenty of Springfest events after that date. Springfest Houston, Texas, Columbus, Rome, Sydney, Cardiff and Berlin all happen after this restriction list takes effect. This essentially means that you could suddenly run your Night Runners in 7 Seas Rush again. Maybe someone comes up with some hilarious TikTok worker abuse, or most likely, it means people like me can suddenly play 4 Oddities in Davos. This has been quite a meme on the channel before, where I ask for Oddities being unrestricted as a joke, but it looks like it's a joke no longer. Unless Bushiroad specifies that this new restriction list is not active in Springfest, I could literally run 4 Oddities Ripple Tavas in a few Springfests. Now, I'm not saying this would be broken. Obviously the power creep of the last few months has been very strong, so this may not change much, but we haven't really had the opportunity to test how good this is in the current format either. We don't know how solid 7 Seas Rush becomes with Night Runner back but Nightcrow still being on 1. So I find it a little odd how, rather than just keeping these changes for after the tournament season, they're just randomly inserted here. As I said, it's possible Bushiroad will confirm or not confirm this situation in a few days or weeks, where they'll say, oh, sorry for the confusion, this restriction list will not be active in Springfest. But if they don't, you can expect your boy to play Oddities Tavas in June and July. That was it for today. Hope you found this interesting. If you did, please subscribe to the Solemn Vanguard channel and click the bell button to stay up to date. As you know, you can get 10% off your first zero damage gaming playmat using the code LAUNCH at checkout. Link for that will be in the description, and I will see you soon. Ciao.